Now that you have built your first gaming PC, you are wondering what to do. First, before turning on your PC, you have to double check few things. Have you plugged everything properly? Is your RAM and GPU properly seated or not? Have you plugged in every single cable from your power supply to your motherboard? You have to plug in a 24 power pin connector, the big one, a CPU power connector, and depending on your GPU, you might have to plug in one or more 8-pin PCIe connector. And if you have one of the newer version of NVIDIA GPU, then you have to plug in a proprietary 12-pin connector. And if your power supply doesn't have that, then you have to buy a converter, or the GPUs come with its own converter. And also always check, have you plugged in the front panel connectors properly or not? Now that we are done with inside, let's go outside. Plug in your display port or HDMI cable to your GPU's display port or HDMI port, not onto your motherboard, because if you do, you won't be seeing anything on display when you turn on your PC. And before turning on your PC, make sure that you turned on your power supply. A lot of people forget that. I forget that time to time. Now that you have done all these, press the power button and rapidly press delete key on your keyboard so that you can enter the BIOS. And if you aren't seeing anything, well, make sure that you do the steps that I have told you before again. But if you do everything properly, then you will see a weird little UI in your display. Well, it is your BIOS. Here you don't need to do anything but enabling XMP so that your RAM can run at its max speed. Almost all RAMs won't run on their max rated speed by default. You have to enable it manually or by turning on XMP. Now that you have done that, well, exit out, but we need a OS. Now, most probably you want Windows, but in any case, if you want to install Linux, then the installation process will still be the same, but the setup is going to be different. And unfortunately, I'm not going to show you how to set up your Windows or Linux. So if you want that, let me know in the comment section and we'll make a separate video for that. But to install both OS, you need to download either an ISO file, or for Windows 11, you need to download Windows Media Creation Tool, and you will need a USB drive. Now, if you are going the Windows Media Creation Tool, then you don't need to download any extra software. You just need to download the Windows Media Creation Tool from Microsoft's official website. Click on next few times, agree some agreements, then choose your USB thumb drive and wait until the process ends. But if you have downloaded ISO, then you need another software. I prefer Rufus, but you could try Balena HR or anything other, but I would suggest you stick with Rufus. Now that our USB drive is bootable, plug into your new computer and turn on your PC. Wait for a while, then you will see a boot menu. Then click install, select your language, select your Windows version, Home, Pro or Enterprise, then choose custom Windows installation, choose your drive and wait until the whole process finished. Then you just need to set up your Windows. Now we are all set and done. We have operating system, our PC is turning on, but it looks empty and the scaling is not right. Well, to fix that, you need to install your graphics driver. Now, depending on which GPU you are using, you might need to download GeForce Experience for NVIDIA and AMD Adrenalin software for AMD. Also, this is the right time to update our chipset drivers at the same time. You need to just Google your motherboard model number, then go to the support page and download Wi-Fi driver, LAN driver, chipset driver, Bluetooth driver, audio driver. And if you have used any kind of RGB component, whether it's fan, GPU, or anything, it might need a separate app to control those RGB, or your motherboard should have a RGB compatible app to control all those different RGB components in your PC. Now, if you don't want to download multiple RGB software, then you can download OpenRGB. It's open source. It is almost compatible with every single RGB component. Now you can click off this video, but if you stay, I will tell you some softwares that every single gaming PC need. First, Steam. It's the best and the most popular platform, and to be honest, the only platform for downloading games and playing them. Download VLC for media consumption, MSI Afterburner if you want to overclock or undervolt your GPU, and depending on which CPU you have chose, you either download Ryzen Master or Intel Extreme Utility Tool for overclocking or undervolting your CPU. And Riva Tuner is the best software to monitor your hardware while playing games, and if you monitor your hardwares in general, then Hardware Monitor Pro is the best option. It will give you way much more information than Task Manager. Now you are ready to download whatever game you want and play them. Like this video if you liked it. If you hated it, leave dislike. And if you want to watch more videos from us, check out this video right here. And if you want to subscribe, well, do it by here. And there's Akash, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.